Yo, what's going on, my people? It's your big homie Crooks the Great, aka CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of an Undisputed video. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the two things that I think are still going to be a major problem to Undisputed even after this next patch comes out. Now, for those of you guys that didn't know, we were able to play a pre-build to the patch on PC this last weekend. And I must say, I gave my review on the whole thing, but it felt like we had taken a step forward in the right direction with punch accuracy. Now, I know this has been one of the more controversial things because a lot of people were like, hey, punch accuracy working the way that it's supposed to isn't a step in the right direction. But I mean, whether you see it that way or you don't, I mean, having tracking working the way that it's supposed to is a welcome sight. But there are two things in particular that I think are really going to plague the game and make it to where we don't see as much growth as we want, right? And one of the things being is Desync. Desync can be one of the most frustrating things to have to deal with in the game, and it runs rampant, especially when you're fighting somebody that doesn't have the best connection. And most of the time you are going to run into people, I would say if you played 5 matches, you're going to run into people with bad connection probably 2.5 to 3 times. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a lot. That really is a lot. And the lower the ping, the more problems with the connection, the more desync that there is going to be in a fight. And that could really make for a hard time, because that's going to make for you not seeing a strike, right? So you guys have probably had it to where, you're in a fight and you get hit with something that you don't even see, right? It's not a ghost punch because the animation doesn't play out. It's literally like the animation just never happens, but you get hit with the shot anyways. It's really weird. And that's what desync is. It's not lined up with the way that the game is. And that's one of the most frustrating things that can happen. And it works on headshots, on body shots. It could even plague footwork as well. It's really ridiculous, man. And it's something that really Undisputed has not addressed yet. And really something that I feel like they should probably talk to the community about. I'm not gonna front, because with the amount of desync that's in Undisputed right now, it doesn't matter if every punch you threw landed the way that it was supposed to, you're still gonna have tracking issues because of desync. It's really ridiculous. And you guys are not only hearing me talk about it, but you guys also, if you watch the breakdown I did on iGame You Watch, that was one of the things that he really drove home in his video too, is desync. Desync is absolutely crazy, bro, and it's ridiculously frustrating to have to deal with. Now, unfortunately, I don't know how they would go about making a change to this without having dedicated servers and without making a brand new game. I don't know how they would go about addressing this, unfortunately. But if you guys have any ideas on what they could do, please drop a comment in the comment section, man. I'm willing to listen to everything. You feel what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I can only point out this problem, and I can't really, I don't really know a solution to it. But if you guys have a solution to the desync problem, let me know in the comment section. You feel what I'm saying? But the second thing that I feel like is going to be a big detriment to Undisputed is going to be loose footwork mechanics. Now, if you guys have been in my streams, I have talked about this plenty of times, that I think loose footwork is too damn fast, and it's too easy to just run away from somebody in loose footwork. It's absolutely ridiculous to have to deal with somebody that just throws himself in loose footwork and runs around the damn ring. Number one, because in my opinion, it's very unrealistic. People don't run away like that in real boxing matches. And number two, it eliminates any sort of I was about to say online fighting. It literally eliminates any sort of inside fighting. So it really kind of handicaps you to fighting on the outside, which, depending on what boxer you're using, isn't the way to go. You know, that's why you guys see a lot of the longer, rangier boxers being used all the time. You know, the Terrence Crawfords, the Sugar Ray Robinsons, the Deontay Wilders, you know, the Tyson Furies. You don't see a lot of the shorter fighters being used, and it's not because for a lack of shorter fighters to use. It's because of, you know, the ability for somebody to throw themselves in loose footwork and really just take your inside fighting ability away without even having to really work for it. So I feel like, in my opinion, if they don't do anything to loose footwork, you're gonna have a really, really big problem, because a lot of the boxers that are on the shorter side that are good, you're not gonna be able to use. Like JCC, like, you know, even Canelo is a tough person to use against Terrence Crawford. He really, really is. Usyk, the world heavyweight champion of the world. You feel what I'm saying? The heavyweight champion of the world. Like, you don't see a lot of people using him in heavyweight either, for this exact reason. Joe Frazier, one of the most legendary heavyweight boxers of all time. You don't see him being used. Joe Louis, the same thing. Vasily Lomachenko, who is only in lightweight. You don't see him being used for that exact reason. You feel what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that are not used because it's virtually impossible to use these guys against somebody in loose footwork. So they need to adjust loose footwork. And like I said before, they can put a stamina tax on it. So if you're in loose footwork, you know, so much in a round, your stamina drains faster than, you know, an opponent that's not. You feel what I'm saying? Add a little bit of a stamina tax on there, or even, you know, slow it down a little bit. Slowing it down, I feel like would and adding more frames onto things, you know, could potentially make it an easier thing to have to deal with, because right now it's crazy. And I'm guaranteeing you, a large portion of the community has run into somebody that they get up on points, or they look at the seventh round judges scorecards, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm up by 2 rounds, so I'm just gonna run. You feel what I'm saying? And then you don't even get the chance to make a comeback because they're just running away from you and loose footwork. And with certain fighters, they're hard as hell to catch. Roy Jones Jr., hard as hell to catch. You know, anybody that has really, really good footwork, really hard to catch. Sugar Ray Leonard, hard as hell to catch. Sugar Ray Robinson, hard as hell to catch. Like, there's a lot of people that are really hard to catch. And those guys have really good footwork. So, obviously they're going to be hard to catch in general. But, you know, there's guys that have really slow footwork that are also hard to catch when they're in loose footwork. You know, like, so it's an issue that I really hope Undisputed addresses. Because if not, you know, you're just going to get a whole bunch of people point fighting and, you know, running away with loose footwork. And it's not fun to have to deal with. It really turns a lot of people off to this game. I'm not going to lie to you. And that's part of the reason that mechanic right there is part of the reason why I don't want clinching. Clinching right now, I feel like would be the biggest mistake to add in the game. Because it's, you know, imagine somebody getting up on points and then just clinching and running away from you the entire time. Now, I know those of you guys there's going to be some people that are like, hey, you know what, Crooks, that's realistic. But imagine how much fun that would take in a 20-minute fight. Imagine. Just stop. Wait. Pause the video. Think about it. Think about how fun that would be if the meta changed to jabbing and clinching and then running away. It doesn't make for a very enjoyable game. So until they fix loose footwork, I don't want to hear anything about clinching, because it would be the biggest mistake for them to add it into online gameplay. I'm not going to lie to you. It's just at this current stage of the game. But let me know in your guys' opinion. What did you guys think about the 2 points that I just said? Do you guys think those are the biggest things that's gonna plague Undisputed headed forward? Or do you guys think it's something else? You know, maybe it's punch accuracy, maybe it's connection issues, maybe it's the lack of boxers that are in the game. Whatever you think, drop a comment in the comment section. I'm going to be responding to every single comment in this video. But until next time, my people, take it easy. Be safe. If you guys are new, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. It would be much appreciated. And until next time, take it easy. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.